Good day, fellas. You're welcome to another edition of your favorite TV talk show inside the ring with your favorite boy Cares. And today, I'm gonna be talking about the much anticipated blockbuster on May 20th. I'm talking about Deven the Dream Haney taking on Vasili Lomachenko. But before I dive straight right into that, if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, all that good stuff. Please do that. It helps me visible. It helps me to be visible to new and willing viewers. And without further ado, please let's dive straight right into the video, shall we? You're welcome back to the video, guys. Like I said before, I'm gonna be previewing the blockbuster between Deven the Dream Haney and Vasili Lomachenko. The bout takes place on May 20th at the MGM Grand Gardens Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, and it promises to be one of the best bouts of the year, if not the best fight of the year. When it comes to hype, in my own opinion, when it comes to hype, this is number two behind obviously Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcias. This bout is for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world, meaning all Deven Haney's hardware is on the line. The WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA titles, and not to forget the Ring Magazine Championship too is also on the line. So there are five championships to be won, and in one night. So it promises to be a blockbuster. The caliber of opponents that both fighters have faced in recent times might differ, when it comes to competition, but it doesn't change the fact that the two fighters are at the highest level when it comes to quality. Deven Haney, we know his last two fights, he had to go to Australia, Sydney, Australia to be precise, to defeat then undisputed champion. I won't really say undisputed champion then, because they had two WBC championships in the lightweight division. So that bout between Deven Haney and George Gambosis Jr. made the current situation of an undisputed champion. So we all know Deven Haney has to go to Australia to get those belts, from George Gambosis Jr. and he had to rematch George Gambosis Jr. just 4 months after beating him at Sydney, Australia. In Australia, I think it was part of the contract that was signed before the first bout, that if Deven Haney wins, he's going to defend the championships in Australia against the then champion George Gambosis Jr. I don't know what kind of contract was that. The person that actually made those contracts, in my own opinion, was setting up George Gambosis to lose, because as a boxer or as a fighter, as a contact sports athlete, you don't have it in your mind that you're gonna lose. It just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. That bout has paved the way for this bout. Now we have an undisputed king of the lightweight division, and his name is Deven the Dream Haney, the 24-year-old man from originally from Los Angeles, California, but now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Is the youngest undisputed champion in the history of boxing, meaning he is the only man that has held all 4 major titles at once. The youngest. At the moment, we have just 3 undisputed champions in all divisions. We have Saul Canelo Alvarez is the undisputed middleweight champion at the moment. We have Jamel Charlo, that is the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world at the moment, and of course, yours truly, Deven the Dream Haney, who is the undisputed king of the lightweight division. He has an outstanding record as well too. 29 wins, no losses, no draws. Everybody they keep putting in front of him, he keeps beating every single time. And the young man keeps on getting impressive every time he fights. You can see the first fight against Jordan Bosu Jr. It was impressive, no doubt. But you see the second bout, it was even more impressive. It was like a shutout victory for Deven the Dream Haney, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes against Vasili Lomachenko, who we don't have to forget that Lomachenko is actually number one pound for pound in most people's eyes. He lost when he lost to his IBF lightweight championship to then unified champion Otecito Lopez. It was shocking because nobody expected that. I'm talking about Vasili Lomachenko at the moment. No one expected him to lose, but he had his first defeat, and it was actually a weird feeling to see the damn one undisputed pound for pound, champion lose so convincingly. Even though according to him, he had a bruised shoulder before the bout and things like that. But it happens, man, and it's gonna be wonderful to see how the bout go. Lomachenko holds a record of 17 wins and 2 losses. Age is on his side anymore, and everyone knows this is like his last chance to savor something in the lightweight division before either moving up or retiring. It depends. Both fighters, they have 10 years in between them. Lomachenko is 34 years of age, while the Dream Deven Haney is 24 years. Lomachenko is from Ukraine. We all know Lomachenko should have been the one to fight George Gambosus Jr., but because of the war, then he had to go back to his homeland of Ukraine to defend his homeland, and that at that time shattered the dreams of going to Australia to get the belts. But guess what? Deven Haney is a very gracious man, and he gave Lomachenko the opportunities that he never gave Deven Haney when he was in his position. So, and that is even that's like more fuel for Deven Haney to shut out to bring up to spring up a very, very wonderful performance at the MGM ground on Saturday. And it's gonna be wonderful to see how that bout goes, man, because the bout is not one-sided. It's not a one-sided bout like that you might have a very a bold prediction, like, okay, for example, you say Deven Haney is gonna win convincingly. You might think that way, but there is always that fear, like in this kind of bout, like it might not go the way you're thinking, So it's a bout that, in my opinion, is number 2 when it comes to importance. I won't say importance when it comes to when it comes to the hype of the bout before the bout. Everyone wants to see this bout. Everyone wants to see this bout. So it just builds up anticipation for a wonderful night at the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the segment whereby I tell you who I think might win the bout. I know I'm never, or most times I'm incorrect, but I'm always close. If you actually a regular viewer of this channel, I'm usually very close to my predictions to the bout. If I'm not correct, I'm always very close, and I'm sure this time I'm going to be very close, or I'm going to be correct. You guys should tell me what you think in the comment section down below, and tell me what you think about my predictions. But I know I'm pretty good when it comes to predictions, so I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna say Deven Haney is gonna win by unanimous decision. It's gonna be a shutout victory. It's gonna be a one-sided beatdown from round 1 to round 12, and I'm actually anticipating seeing what Lomachenko is gonna do. You know, with the boxing style of Deven Haney, the reach of Deven Haney. You know, he's a bigger man size wise. He's a taller man. You know, we all know Deven Haney loves to stick out the jab all the time. So I'm sure Lomachenko must have done neck programs at the gym before the fight, because it's gonna come. You know, the jabs. He's gonna be sticking the jab in his face all day long. It's gonna be interesting to see how Lomachenko copes with that. We all know Loma likes to come inside. You know, he loves doing the pivot a lot. But with Deven Haney, I think Deven Haney is going to neutralize everything he does that night, and it's going to be a one-sided beatdown. You know, I see it going the distance. I don't see Deven Haney knocking out Lomachenko. I don't see that happening. If it happens, maybe it might happen. I'm not sure, but I just think Deven Haney is going to beat him convincingly, and it's going to be a unanimous decision win by the Dream, Deven Haney. Let's see what you think about the fight. Please hit the comment section down below to tell me whatever you think about who's gonna win and how they're gonna win. I'll be very happy to complete the story, the story with you all down there. So please go to the comment section. This is the farthest I'm allowed to go. Thank you for sticking with me. If you stuck with me till this time, you're the real MVP, and I throw away 2 salutes for honor. So thank you for sticking with me, and if you guys actually need to watch the bouts live, you know, one way or the other, you have to, because this is one of the biggest fights of the year. It doesn't come always. It comes once in a while, you know. These days, these fighters these big matches don't get made. So when they get made, you have to watch it, because support the fighters, man. They're doing well by giving you the best bouts available at the moment. You know, so thank you for sticking with your favorite boy, Cares, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace out.